Now 4:30 on WKYT this morning. The storms we saw yesterday caused problems throughout the country, killing more than 5 people.
And if you're hoping for a miracle this holiday season, the Salvation Army wants to help with their Miracle on Main event.
Also, a jail is closed for weeks after inmates started a fire yesterday morning. Find out what police have to say about it all.
This is WKYT This Morning.
Good morning. It's Christmas Eve, and we welcome you to WKYT This Morning. I'm Bill Bryant.
And I'm Rebecca Smith, and we have Mike Linden in today for meteorologist Micah Harris, and he's going to let us know about the weather situation.
Oh, well. Now at 5 a.m. on WKYT This Morning, one person is dead this morning following a late-night crash in Lexington.
An elderly couple thankful to be alive after strong winds caused some heavy damage to their home.
And a confusion of storm sirens. It caused a bit of panic for some folks in Lexington.
This is WKYT This Morning.
Good morning and welcome in on this Christmas Eve. I'm Rebecca Smith.
And I'm Bill Bryant, and it's so good to have you up and at it with us this morning. For whatever reason you're up so early on Christmas Eve,
yeah,
we're glad you're along. We had some pretty tough weather that rolled through in the overnight hours. Certainly in parts of the country it was.
Now at 5:30, one person is dead following a late-night crash in the Hamburg area. We'll hear from the latest from police just ahead.
A live report on that coming up on WKYT This Morning. And Mother Nature caused a few headaches for holiday travelers who were trying to hit the roads early. We'll update you on the latest information.
And an elderly couple in northern Kentucky thankful to be alive after strong winds damaged their mobile home.
This is WKYT This Morning.
Good morning to you. It is December 24th, Christmas Eve. Welcome in to WKYT This Morning. I'm Bill Bryant.
And I'm Rebecca Smith. Whether you've been naughty or nice, you know, the weather was a little naughty yesterday.
This is WKYT This Morning.
Good morning and welcome to you. Merry Christmas Eve to you. I'm Rebecca Smith.
And I'm Bill Bryant. We sure are glad you're up and at it early with us this morning, ahead of the crowd. Thursday, December 24th. Rebecca said it is Christmas Eve.
Now at 6 a.m., tough news for one family who woke up this morning. The latest on a deadly crash in Lexington.
Also ahead on WKYT, a Kentucky couple is thankful to be alive after their home was toppled during strong storms.
And the Cats and Cars prepare to do battle at Rupp Arena.
It was certainly an active evening overnight last night. We're looking at most of that heavy rain moving out from us, but we are still looking at some much more active weather out ahead of us. Coming up, I'll take you through Christmas Eve and Christmas and show you how much more heavy rain we'll see to close out 2015.
This is WKYT This Morning.
Well, good morning to you here on Christmas Eve. Santa's watching. Keep that in mind. I'm Bill Bryant.
And I'm Rebecca Smith. Hope you're a mix of naughty and nice, right?
Good to have you along with us here on WKYT This Morning. And now at 6:30, across the South, rescuers are continuing to search for survivors of a powerful and rare Christmas week storm.
2 people are rushed to the hospital where one of them died after a late-night crash in town.
And a Lexington delivery driver finds a bullet in his car after an early morning run.
And it certainly was a wet and wild evening in the bluegrass overnight, but most of that active weather moving into Virginia and West Virginia as we get set up for what looks to be a really nice Christmas Eve. But the active weather returns for Christmas in force. I'll break it all down coming up.
The coroner has identified the 20-year-old woman killed in a Lexington crash. Coming up, we have a warning.
Sirens in Lexington last night warned people of a possible tornado, but that wasn't the case. Find out what went wrong and what emergency management wants residents to learn from this. I'm Miranda Combs. The story coming up.
Normally red kettlebells signify donations, but today is about so much more. The Salvation Army wants to pray for you.
This is WKYT News at Noon.
Good afternoon and welcome in on this Christmas Eve from WKYT News. I'm Rebecca Smith in for Barbara Bailey.
And I'm Bill Bryant, and here's what's happening at noon.
Severe storms cause major problems from the Gulf Coast to the Northeast. At least 11 people are dead. We'll have the latest now at 4.
3 people were pulled from this mobile home after it was blown over last night.
And it looks like we're going to be tracking more showers and thunderstorms as we go into your Christmas Day. So don't let this sunshine fool you. It's about to get active, maybe even flood potential. We'll take a closer look coming up.
This is WKYT News at 4.
Good afternoon. I'm Jennifer Palumbo. It's Christmas Eve, but it definitely doesn't feel like it.
The coroner has identified the 20-year-old woman killed in a Lexington crash. Coming up, we have a warning from state police for anyone driving this Christmas. A Lexington delivery driver finds a bullet in his car after an early morning run. And a Kentucky woman says it's a sign thieves don't want her to be a part of the conversation about racial justice. That story's ahead.
This is WKYT News at 4:30.
Good afternoon. Sam, Dick, and Jennifer Palumbo reporting. There's a lot of cleanup today in Pendleton County, including this home that turned over with 3 people inside.
We are tracking the potential of more rounds of rain arriving here for Christmas. It's fine out there for the rest of the evening, but tomorrow we could be talking about high water issues. I'll track those chances.
We talk about donations a lot this time of year, but the Salvation Army of Lexington is focusing on the power of prayer today.
This is WKYT News at 5.
A Kentucky man speaking out after surviving a frightening experience during strong storms. A mystery on one central Kentucky farm after 3 horses disappear.
We'll check in with last-minute shoppers as they try to wrap up their final Christmas purchases.
And what a volunteer fire department is doing to make sure that Christmas is a little merrier for some children in their community.
This is WKYT News at 5:30.
Good evening. A central Kentucky horse owner is missing 3 things very dear to him this Christmas Eve.
Our friends across southeastern Kentucky are under a flood watch as more rounds of heavy rain are likely on Christmas Day. I'll track all of it coming up.
We will hear from a northern Kentucky man who survived when a tornado flipped over his home while he and 2 other people were inside. One Kentucky girl is cooking up kindness, how her sweet idea is now helping others in her community.
WKYT News starts now with breaking news.
Good evening. Within the last hour, police have now arrested a man for a crash that killed 4 people and an unborn child in Clay County last.
It looks like we're going to have a lot of rain coming at us for your Christmas Day. Not snow, maybe even the potential of flooding across some parts of our region. I'll track all of it coming up.
Firefighters rescued a man from his burning home in Jessamine County tonight. How they say a new recruit saved his life. How a central Kentucky community came together this Christmas Eve to bring some joy to dozens of children.
This is WKYT News at 11.
Good evening on this Christmas Eve. It will not be